In today's video, we're going to tell you some things you should know before moving to Prescott, Arizona. And stick around for the very last thing because it's probably the most important. So let's dive in. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Jessica.
And here's the first thing you should definitely know if you're considering moving to our area, and that's tourism. A lot of people come from out of state and they come from Phoenix as well. Phoenix residents come to Prescott to beat the hot summer months of 120 degrees, so that's something to keep in mind. They come hang out at Prescott's infamous Whiskey Row to enjoy all the bars and saloons and of course the shopping. There are tons of boutiques and antique shops in historic downtown, and it's where several festivals are held. There's the Whiskey Row off-road bicycle race, car shows, art shows, wine tastings, and more. So when these events happen, the streets are usually blocked off around the courthouse plaza, and it can be tough getting downtown. But if you live outside of downtown and you don't have to get to the downtown area on a daily basis, meaning you don't have to work downtown or have to be somewhere during these events, it's probably not a big deal. If you like the festivals and the lively vibe of downtown, then you'll love it. But if you're trying to get a bite to eat, you may have to wait for a table.
Downtown Prescott can be crowded and parking can be tough. Let's talk a little bit about parking downtown. Most parking downtown is a 2-hour limit, and you will be ticketed if you go past your 2 hours. You will get ticketed if you are parked over the lines or if you have a large vehicle that doesn't quite fit in the space. You'll also be ticketed if your vehicle sticks out too far from the space. And whatever you do, don't back in. You'll get a ticket for that too. The easiest thing to do is park in the covered garage located on Granite Street between Gurley and Goodwin Street. But of course, there's a height limit, so make sure you fit.
Here's something else that a lot of people don't know. Arizona has one of the lowest property taxes in the United States. For example, let's say you have a 2,000 square foot home on half an acre, and the home is valued at about $500,000. The estimated annual property tax would be around $2,000. Compare that to a home in California valued at about $800,000, and your estimate annual property tax would be about $8,000. Proposition 13 in California caps the base rate at 1%, but the total property tax bill is usually between 1.1% and 1.35% of your home's assessed value due to additional voter-approved levies. Here's a quick look at that comparison chart. For example, in LA County, you've got the 1% base amount, then a 0.25% voter-approved amount for schools, transportation, and other things. But of course, it depends on your neighborhood or even your city, and you may be taxed up to 0.35%. But for this example, the yearly tax would be closer to $10,000.
Something else to think about when moving to the Prescott area is cell phone service. Even if you have the biggest carrier, you can have spotty service. If you're in the more mountainous areas such as the Pines and Walker or Groom Creek, it's going to be a little tougher. We always recommend using your Wi-Fi calling on your phone or getting a Wi-Fi extender. For example, Verizon, which does have the best and broadest service in the Prescott area, does have some dead areas, so a lot of people use Wi-Fi calling on their phone while at home, and the extender that can provide a better connection. We've had clients who moved to Prescott with T-Mobile or AT&T, and their service was terrible, so they ended up switching to Verizon.
Let's talk about shopping. Actually, we've really never had anybody who cared too much about shopping, so maybe it's not a big deal anymore. But if you're used to big city amenities, we have most of what everyone wants as far as Trader Joe's, Costco, Sprouts, Walmart, and Lowe's, and several furniture stores. And we do have a mall, but in recent years, a lot of stores have moved out, just not enough demand anymore. But the mall, called Pine Ridge Marketplace, does have a JCPenney, Dillard's, and several other shops. There's a huge sports complex called Aspire Sports in the mall now, which is great for anything you want to do indoors. And there will be seasonal stores for Christmas and Halloween. But if you want mall shopping, your best bet is heading down to Scottsdale or Phoenix to hit Nordstrom's or Macy's or the outlets, or you can just shop online.
Here's something a lot of people don't know. We have a regional airport in Prescott, and currently United Express flies out of Prescott to Los Angeles in the evening and from Prescott to Denver in the morning. And you can connect from Denver or LAX to anywhere else you want to go. If you're still working and maybe your job requires flying on a regular basis, your best bet is probably Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, which is about a 2-hour drive. And Prescott does have a shuttle service that will take you to the Phoenix airport. Flying out of the Prescott airport is super easy, and TSA security is literally 5 minutes, and parking is free up to 10 days, so that's a plus. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Prescott does utilize the runways of the regional airport here, so you will have some airplane noise depending on where you live. And it's not from the commercial airliners as much as it is the small planes that fly out of the Prescott airport. So if you are moving here, be sure to ask us about the areas that are affected by the airplane noise.
The last and probably the most important thing you should know before you move is that Prescott is very patriotic. We have fallen soldier memorials, fallen officer memorials, and fallen firefighter memorials. We have a large retirement community made up of police, fire, and intelligence, and we have a large population of veterans as well. You will see American flags and police flags, so if you're offended by that, it's not the place for you. We have a Veterans Day parade, and the American flag is displayed proudly at people's homes, on streets, and in front of our city halls.
Prescott isn't for everyone, but for many, it's the perfect blend of nature, community, and values, with just enough modern conveniences to make life easy. Whether you're still in the dreaming phase or actively house hunting, now you know what locals wish every newcomer understood.
So, are you still thinking about moving to Prescott? We are your local real estate experts, and we'd be honored to talk about your goals, your must-haves, and your lifestyle, and to make sure you don't make a mistake. Hit that like button, subscribe, and reach out when you're ready, because moving to Prescott should be the right move, not just a fast one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.